Hello guys and welcome to my very first video on YouTube. Today I'm going to show you my favorite Warframe, Mirage. At first I will go through a little showcase of Mirage. And then I will show you an insane damage build and a quite good tank build which requires 4 Forma. So let's jump right into the showcase. Your first ability, Hall of Mirrors, is an extreme strong ability. Let me explain what happens when you cast your 1. The first thing you will notice is that you're surrounded by yourself. Those holograms are locked in place, so if you turn around you will notice that they don't move. Let's keep this in mind, this can be very nice. The second thing you might notice is that when you shoot, 2 of your holograms shoot with you, but they don't shoot where you're aiming at. They shoot straight forward in the direction you're aiming. The good thing here, the 2 who are shooting are always those in front of you. One of them deals 20% of the actual damage, so you deal 40% more damage. In my damage build, 1 hologram can achieve a damage of 59.8%, so you nearly have a damage boost of 120% just by your clones. And this can get even stronger, but I will show you later. The third thing to say about this ability is that enemies are distracted by your holograms and shoot at them, and not at you. This is a good base for a tank build, don't you think? The second ability, Sleight of Hand, is not really worth talking about. Basically, you just trap every interactive object in a range of 40 meters. Enemies walk straight to those objects and get a bit of damage or some status effects. It takes quite a while till they use those objects, and often they don't even die. Not worth building on. Your third ability, called Eclipse, is also an extreme strong ability. First of all, the ability has 2 effects, depending on where you stand. If you stand on bright places, you get an insane damage buff of 200%. And if you stand in dark places, you get a very strong damage reduction of 75%. Enemies can get you in your sight well and lose a lot of accuracy. I will show you guys later how strong these stats can get with the right build. Sadly, your holograms are not affected by Eclipse, but that will just be too OP. And now your fourth ability. It's not very usable with my damage build, but the damage is quite good. But this ability just melts your energy pool down to 0. Basically, you throw a flying laser disco ball that tracks enemies and bounces on walls. You deal a decent radiation damage of 250 per tick, with a tick rate of 4 per second. With Eclipse activated and standing in bright places, you can go up to 500 damage per tick. The lasers are blocked by walls. If you press 4 again and stop your ability by yourself, you run out of energy, or the duration just expires, your prison explodes and blinds enemy in range. Since the nerf, the ability doesn't go through walls anymore, and enemies have to look to the prison to be blinded. Kind of bad now. This was the showcase of Mirage. Now let's jump into my build, and how strong she can get with it. First of all, this build focuses on the first and the third ability. Let's first take a look at the build itself to better understand what happens. First of all, I use Corrosive Projection Aura to decrease enemy armor. Power Drift, Blind Rage, Intensify and Transit Fortitude for a high power strength. Also, Energy Conversion gives you some power strength. It makes the next ability cast 50% stronger if you have collected an energy orb before. Keep in mind, this buff is calculated from the base damage. Streamline, so you don't need to visit your energy efficiency on a graveyard. But even if you just have 75% of efficiency, you don't need to worry. Your ability lasts for so long that you will always have time to refill your energy pool. Constitution and Narrow-Minded for a good power duration. And last but not least, you have to take a choice for yourself. Do you want to share your insane damage buff or reduction with your teammates? Then go for Total Eclipse. With this mod, you can share your buff in full strength within 5 meters with your teammates. Or do you want to do even more damage with your holograms? Then go for Hall of Malevolence. With this mod, your holograms deal 5% more damage per kill with a maximum of 50%. So now let's talk about the full force of your first ability. As I already said, one of your holograms do 20% of your damage. With my build, one of your holograms does 59.8% damage. If you get the energy conversion buff, you get additional 50%, so you go up to 69.8%. If you decide to use it, there's Hall of Malevolence, which does basically the same buff as energy conversion, what means that you get additional 10% damage. What means that one of your holograms achieve a damage of nearly 80%. And you have to keep in mind that there's a second one shooting, so you achieve a damage buff of nearly 160% only with your first ability. So as said earlier, keep in mind that your holograms are locked in place. Why? Because of a little mechanic. If you have a spraying weapon, it's good to place yourself between your holograms. But if you have a very accurate weapon, like a sniper, you can just stand behind one of your clones and he will shoot at the same spot as you. The third ability, Eclipse, is even stronger. Let's talk about the damage first. You have a base damage buff of 200%. With my build, you can even achieve a damage boost of 598%. What means your damage is 6 times higher than usual. If you get the energy conversion buff on your cast, you even have 698%, so nearly 7 times more damage. This is insane. And now, how tanky can you really get? Well, as I said, you start with 75% damage reduction. And with my build, you can achieve a damage reduction of 95%, which is the maximum. Not even energy conversion makes it stronger. So you get just 5% of the inflicted damage. Enemies can't hit you that well anymore because Eclipse reduces the accuracy of enemies shooting at you. And last but not least, they sometimes don't even shoot at you because of your first ability, Hall of Mirror. An epic combination, and the best is you can switch between tank and damage dealer by just making one step. That was it already for my first video. Let me know in the comments down below if you liked my video, or just leave a like and tell me what I could do better. If you have a question, I will also answer in the comments. And please tell me what you would like to see in my next video. And if you don't want to miss anything, just press the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and till the next time.